Dear Wise Class of 2020, when James Edwards, Dorcas Olentuji, and Lentero Donovan invited me to speak at the Wise Class of 2020 celebration, I was thrilled. You see, at YMCA, we focus on youth empowerment and young people in leadership. I am Patricia Pelton, president of World YMCA, the first female to hold this position in 174 years. In the YMCA, approximately 50% of the people we serve in our communities are women. So of course, women should be well represented in leadership at all levels, and so should young people. Carlos Sanve, the Secretary General of World YMCA, his staff and my board work tirelessly to promote the voice of young people in the YMCA. So, how many countries do YMCAs have in the world? Those of you who are fortunate enough to celebrate YMCA's 175th birthday in London, England, in July of 2019 will know this answer. In fact, we have YMCAs in over 120 countries. We divide ourselves into areas simply to have a more manageable structure. The areas are the Latin America Caribbean Alliance, the Asia Pacific Alliance, the Africa Alliance, YMCA Europe, as well as the Middle East, Canada, and the United States. That is a wide reach, and we all have the same values of respect, honesty, caring, and responsibility. And I know that each of you upholds these values in your life because of your YMCA connectivity. That alone will serve you well in your future. The YMCA was founded by a young man named George Williams in 1844 to support young people. At that time, granted, it was mostly young men. Of course, now we are an inclusive organization that celebrates and welcomes all. And we are the oldest not-for-profit youth organization in the world. Many of your YMCAs have partnerships with YMCAs in other parts of the world. There are student exchanges, staff placements, internships, joint projects, and sharing of best practices. If you don't know whether your YMCA has an international partner, just ask. There may be opportunities where you can volunteer or be placed where there is a match between needed competencies and your skills. Research has identified 4 areas of high importance to young people. So what are they, and what are we doing in each of those areas? First one, health, particularly mental health. Many YMCAs have fitness facilities, and we know the strong correlation between fitness, physical wellness, and mental wellness. As well, many YMCAs around the world have specific programming set up for young people with mental health issues. Lady Gaga and her mother have set up a foundation called the Born This Way Foundation. We were fortunate to have Cynthia Germanata, Stephanie's mom, speak at one of our recent YMCA series, and she talked about modeling healthy conversations around mental health as well as kindness currency. I find the kindness currency analogy very helpful, and I hope you will too. Number 2, education and employment. World YMCA has just released a position paper calling on YMCAs and policymakers to advocate for decent work for young people. Much more is being done in this area. 3, the environment. YMCAs all over the world are addressing this issue in everything from green bills to reducing waste to full-out advocacy efforts. World YMCA has voice at the United Nations through an experienced team of young people that work towards climate justice. And finally, number 4, civic engagement. This is an area where YMCAs have great strength, advocating in each of the areas mentioned, as well as promoting civic engagement skills in young people. Indeed, this event is being held in partnership with the Civics Center, whose mandate is to encourage people to exercise their franchise and promote civic engagement. And then along came the pandemic. The impact of the COVID-19 on you is huge. From physical isolation to canceled classes, to disappointment in canceled or postponed proms, to question marks regarding your future next steps. Yet with disruption comes opportunity, and I see that happening with your class cohort. This unprecedented time makes you special. You have become more resilient as you understand this impact. You'll be recognized this for now and in the future. A youth resiliency panel spoke to this last week in a World YMCA session called Youth Voices, the Future We Want. There was a good deal of advice provided, such as don't wait to be seated, ask for a seat at the table, take that seat, and bring others along with you. You are your own biggest advocate. Believe in your ability to bring about change. Find purpose and passion. It is one of the most important things you can do for yourself and indirectly for others. Lead in your communities. Dream it, do it, speak up. I strongly suggest you watch this panel to learn more from the incredible young speakers. It can be found on YouTube, Youth Voices, the Future We Want. In closing, allow me to tell you how proud I am of you and your graduating class. Do stay close to the YMCA. People of all ages tell me that some of their best memories and shaping experiences were made during YMCA programming, camping experiences, or as YMCA volunteers or staff. We are counting on you, for you are the future. Enjoy the rest of the WISE Class of 2020 celebration. Thank you for inviting me and World YMCA to be part of your celebration event. Thank you.